Hey everyone, I'm Mr. Roboto, back again with another trading video. So today we're going to talk about playing breakouts, both downside and upside breakouts. All right, both of these trades that I'm going to talk about were on QQQ. There's some similarities, but there's also some differences, so let's dive right in. All right, so both of these trades I took very recently. The upside breakout I took today, and the downside breakout I took yesterday. Okay, so let's zoom out, all right, and then let's take a look at the market context leading up into these plays. All right. So yesterday, what I did notice was that we were trading in the middle of this range. You know, we have a 2-hour supply here, and we have a 30-minute demand down here taken from this candle, this red basing candle, and then the price went up a little bit from here. So this forms my 30-minute demand zone. Okay, 2-hour supply. It's taken from further back left a little bit. But anyways, so we're trading in the range. We were firmly in the middle of this range to start the day on Wednesday. But as you can see, the volume on Wednesday, there was considerable selling volume, okay? And as you notice, in the prior days, the first 30-minute candle had good buying volume, okay? And in all of these days, the price went up, okay? So it's kind of the first 30 minutes kind of sets the tone a little bit for QQQ, at least recently. Okay, you can't always rely on that, but that's something that I noticed on Wednesday, that the first 30-minute candle printed and it was selling volume. Okay, so that kind of gave me a bearish thesis for QQQ yesterday. Okay, and then so let's dive a little bit closer. And then as you can see here, for example, here's a day where the 30-minute volume was also mainly selling volume. Look what happened on this day. We just went down this day, right? And this day also, 30-minute volume, and there's a lot of selling pressure. So then, we went down again this day. So that's just some context clues a little bit that you can use to help formulate your thesis going into the day. Again, you don't just go off of that. You have to look at all the other clues, but that was a big clue for me on Wednesday. Well, let's see how this played out. So essentially what I saw here was I ended up taking puts right around here, and there was a pretty late entry, but I was very comfortable taking this because, one, I had this bearish thesis going into the day because of that first 30-minute candle, right? And then I saw this volume coming in. Look at this uptick in volume to the downside, okay? A lot of selling volume had started to come in, right? And at the same time, we broke the lows of the day, okay? And if we zoom out a little bit more, you'll notice there was this key level here. Let's go to the 30-minute. There was this, let's put some more days in here. There was a key level right here, this pre-market level right here, right? And it's also former resistance. At the same time, we were breaking through this, okay? So the fact that we broke this trend line, volume was coming in, right? And we're also breaking through key levels that were, served as support before, right? And then adding to the fact that we have this, bearish thesis for today because, again, that 30-minute volume that we saw, put all of those factors together, that makes a good recipe for a breakout or a breakdown, right? So that's exactly what we ended up doing. I took this trade. I took a 0 DTEs right here, and we brought it all the way down. Now, why did, just because you have all of those ingredients doesn't mean you take the trade, right? The second thing that you have to do is you have to see what the reward is, right? So for example, if the demand zone, the nearest demand zone was, let's say, right here, right? If I break down, there's not a lot of reward for me here, right? So I'm taking on this risk, and there's not that much reward, okay? But as you can see here, the reward was actually pretty nice. So that's why I got confident in taking the puts to the downside on QQQ on Wednesday. So let's go here. You can see there's no clear zone There's no clear zone here. There's no demand zone in this entire space right here, right? There's no demand zone until here. Okay, so again, my reward was very good to take this trade. So all the ingredients to the down for a breakdown to the downside were in place. Volume came in. My bearish thesis was being validated for the day, and the reward was really good for this trade. So that's why we ended up taking this trade. Some of the best scales on this actually went to about 170% when I ended up scaling. I took some scales around here and here. Some of those went for 170%. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about a breakout to the upside, a trade that I ended up taking today. So let's zoom out again. As you can see, let's get a thesis for the day and what I was thinking was going to happen for the day. All right. So again, we hit the bottom of this range yesterday. Okay. You know, the price tried to go lower during after hours and pre-market, but then the price was shot back up. Okay. At the start of the day. And let's look at this volume. All right. Let's go ahead and turn off extended hours. Right. And as you can see here, the first 30-minute volume, we get a green stick. We get a green candle bar, right? So coming from the lows, the bottom of the range, our 30-minute candle is green, okay? The volume here is in line with previous days that we ended up uptrending, okay? You know, so if this is the lowest amount of volume on an uptrending day, we're right there. Okay, so very good sign for the start of Friday for a potential upside, continued upside move. Okay, again, doesn't mean once you do this analysis, you're always going to have an uptrending day, but it helps validate that thesis for you that today might be a bullish day. All right, now let's dive in a little bit closer. So this is what I saw on QQQ close to the end of day. Okay, so we had this, you know, pennant forming. We had this very nice move to the upside today, right? They tried to bring it lower, but it just, you know, the bulls kept bringing it up. There was a key level here. Let's zoom out again. There is a key level right here. Okay, look at this resistance right here. This resistance, right? We tapped this resistance on Wednesday, but then it failed, right? But now look at the difference today. We got up to this resistance, or, you know, we blew past this resistance. They tried to bring it down, but they held it up, okay? And then this is key. Look at this right here where they're holding above this prior resistance where the price got stuffed before. All right, so let's zoom back in. Now, so what do we have here? All right, so we have the price holding a key level, this prior resistance. We have this nice pennant pattern that's forming, right? And then we have the price breaking above this pennant, okay? And at the same time, look at the volume. The volume is starting to come in right around here, okay? It's a little bit better on the 15-minute. Look at this volume right here, right? So you can see the volume coming in. So now we have our ingredients for this taking this trade. We have the context, the overall market context, where we just touched the lows of the range, and now we're potentially going back up. Okay, so that's in confluence with playing this breakout. We have this volume coming in, right? We have a nice setup here. Okay, and at the same time, we are holding above this key level that we failed from the day prior. All of those are ingredients that, to me, make this a really, you know, a high probability trade. The other thing that I really liked, if we go down to the 2-minute, you can start to see this, right? This is actually exactly where I took my entries, right around here. This consolidation, okay, and you can see it's above the trend line. It's holding this this level above the trend line. This is where I took my entries, and we scaled out. You know, we We scaled this all the way out to about here, and we did actually take some really good scales at the very top here. And then I held a little bit more, and then I just took them all out down here. There was another upside move I could have held for a little bit longer, but I was more than happy for this move. Some of these went for about 40, 45, 46%, I believe. But yeah, so that's the difference of playing a downside breakdown and an upside breakout. There's a lot of similarities, but you're always looking for, you know, all the factors to line up, right? And that's going to give you a high probability trade. And the reward for this, again, was a really good reward, right? If I trade it here and I, you know, get this price target, my stop could have been right about here. You know, if it breaks below this, I'll probably stop out, you know. I'll probably stop out right here. So I'm risking at the most, you know, I'm risking about this much, but the reward is, you know, about 3 times as much as that. So again, really good risk to reward trade. And yeah, I walk through both of these trades on my Discord, live intraday commentary. I walk through all of these trades. Here's the puts trade. You can see there was about 175% scales there, and then the trade today I got about, you know, 45-46% scales. If you want to know more about this and you want to learn about supply and demand and you want to learn about how to take these potential setups, my Discord is now open for people to sign up. Just go to my Twitter at Mr. Roboto Trades. There's a link here, and this will give you access to all of the different free education resources that I provide, such as this YouTube and my Twitter. And then there's also a link to the premium Discord here if that is something you're interested in. If you want to know more and you're not ready to sign up, my DMs are open. Just reach out to me and I'll answer any questions that you have. And that's it. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. If you learned something, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.